Question number 35 on the reading portion of College Board Test 4. It can most reasonably be inferred. So inferred means we take the words of passage 2 in order to come up with a reasonable conclusion based on what Paine has to say. It can most reasonably be inferred from passage 2 that Paine views historical precedents. So based on what Paine said in passage 2, what do we believe? What's consistent with what he said? That Paine views historical precedents. What does he think about historical precedents as? Well, just remember, he says in the second paragraph, man has no property in man, neither has any generation a property in the generation which are to follow. The Parliament of the people of 1688, or of any other period, had no more right to dispose of the people of the present day, or to bind or to control them in any shape whatever, than the Parliament or the people of the present day had to dispose of, bind, or control those who are to live 100 or 1,000 years from now. He thinks historical precedents are stupid, because he says the Parliament of 1688, 100 years ago, has no right to dispose of the people of the present day. There's no connection between the past and the present. There's no historical precedent. The only thing that matters now is the people who are living now. The living have a right to everything. It is the living, not the dead, that have a right to make decisions for themselves. So generally helpful to those who want to change society? No. He thinks that historical precedents are stupid. They provide no benefit. And they are not, and humans should not, as a result, be bound by them. He doesn't say they're generally helpful. Remember, we have to be careful about who we're talking about here. Paine, passage 2. We only care about this guy. We don't care about what Edmund Burke has to say, only Paine. Surprisingly difficult for many people to comprehend. Is he saying like, yeah, these historical precedents are very difficult for people to understand, that's why history repeats itself. He's not saying that. He's saying that they're stupid. He doesn't ever once talk about how difficult it is for people to comprehend like the historical precedents of things. On how, historically we need to understand history, that's our greatest teacher. That's like the trope that you hear, and that's maybe the reason why they worded B in that way, that they want you to be smart, but ultimately not answer the question. Paine, nonetheless, doesn't believe this. What about C? Paine thinks that historical precedents are frequently responsible for human progress. No. Notice on how A and C are both very similar to each other in that they both paint historical precedents in a positive light. But neither one is what Paine believes. Frequently responsible for human progress? No. He thinks that it's bad. What a D. Paine views historical precedents as largely irrelevant. Largely irrelevant to the current political decisions. Yeah, largely irrelevant. He thinks that they're relevant. They don't matter. They're not important. We don't care in the current situation about these historical things because only the people who are living now determine how they want to live. The answer in number 35, how does Paine view historical precedents? They're largely irrelevant and not important because it's the living who decide how they live. The answer to number 35, D.